So I'm continuing my reviews of Hamster and Gretel Season 2 with Episode 6. 6A is Last Thread Standing, and 6B is From Dusk Till Dawn. So, there's two plots going on in 6A's Last Thread Standing. You have the Thread plot, and then you have the Kevin, Hamster, and Gretel plot. Let's talk about their plot first, because they're just trying to play a extremely complicated board game to train their cognitive skills. They end up destroying the board game at the end because no matter how much reading the rules or watching a tutorial, they can't figure it out. Now apparently Fred does know how to play. Maybe they should have waited for her to get back from what she was doing in order to help them, because I think she knew what to do. Of course, there's a little more to it than that. Let's actually talk about what Fred is doing. Well, she's at an antiques auction and she's with Hiromi. I think the main reason why they chose Hiromi is because they needed another character who could play off of Fred for the plotline that's coming up, because if it was just Fred or a character we've never seen before, it would seem out of place and still show that there's still friendships going on, of course. But anyhow, so there's apparently a real impossible bottle, so a ship in a bottle, in a bottle, in a bottle. That sounds quite impossible. Anyhow, apparently Fred has a nemesis named Frederick. Just remember, Fred's birth name is Wilfred. Well, apparently they both went by Fred in kindergarten, and basically I saw at the hand the teacher made them play a game to decide which one of them gets to be called Fred. And Winifred, Alfred, wins. Anyhow, that other Fred, Frederick, well, he bids on that bottle, wins it, and then basically convinces Fred to do a bunch of games to see which one of them gets to keep the nickname Fred, the name Fred. Which, can I just say, more than one person can have the name Fred, right? Or any name. It's quite a common thing. But anyhow, it goes crazy and all that, but Frederick does do some underhanded playing by knocking Fred's glasses off and replacing them with a different pair. Which I figured out probably that was going to happen because in the earlier scene in the episode they made a note of showing that Fred's glasses are not pink. They're, I hope they got it written down here because I forgot to write it down. Basically a shade of pink, but a specific shade of it. And so Fred's glasses are not working out properly, and Hiromi's the one who notices that when Fred tries to high five for her and just is totally missing. So they figure that out, and Fred actually does win without using even the decode pair of glasses. So that's good. And they resolve it by Hiromi suggesting to Frederick that he can just use the nickname Freddy. And which he accepts, but all that work when he could just chosen a different name, or they just be grown-ups and be fine with two people having the same name. But I just wanted to mention something. I wonder if this is also a meta reference to how you rarely get TV shows or that with two characters with the exact same name. I generally can't think of anything. I'm a big Star Wars and Star Trek fan, and I don't think any name has been repeated among the main characters at the very least. And last names are a different story, of course, but still. I wonder if this was kind of more of a meta look at one, yes, children can think their names are perfectly unique unicorns and all that. Which, by the way, they make a joke about how Fred is an actual unicorn, while Frederick is just, a pony that tapes a plastic, horn to his head, which he was doing for some reason as part of the joke. But I do think that in meta commentary, yes, a little bit of that, how kids are even in middle school and high school, but I do think the truth of it has more to do with how TV shows rarely, if ever, have two characters with the same name. So yes, I really did like that commentary, but we really should also talk about 6B, From Dusk Till Dawn. So, the premise of this episode, well, Kevin and Gretel's abuelita is going to teach them how to clean their, family heirlooms. Teapots, there's a sugar container, basically a bunch of old clay pots, for lack of a better term, but really nicely done. I think It's stated to be terracotta, South American, I think they said. Vihela, if I got my Spanish right for what they said in the episode, but it doesn't matter. Gretel accidentally drops the teapot and it breaks. Minor break, but still, and Abuelita is now concerned that her family is now doomed because of a similar incident when she was young, where she broke a different piece, and, you know, her grandfather, Spanish has been over about 8 years ago for me, so pardon the fact that I can't remember everything. But regardless, he goes on a crazy adventure, but survives. So that's not the doom part. The farm got taken because of a clerical error. Does not really sound like doom, but she is distressed. So Kevin and Gretel decide they're going to try to get the teapot repaired. They do. They go to an antiques fair, they get it repaired, and then they're attacked by a villain known as Dustmite, who is obsessed with antiques and stealing. And by the way, I figured out who Dustmite was within a second. They were pointed to that antique show by their mail carrier Rosie, and can I just say, Dustmite has a very similar build and voice to Rosie. I don't know how they didn't pick that up until they actually took her mask off. I don't know how. I realized it super quickly. But anyhow, Kevin goes to Abuelita to get some help dealing with the dust. You know, maybe her cleaning techniques might actually help. And so he picks up another piece, the one that she damaged, and there's a note inside of it that from her Abuelita, so Abuelita's Abuelita, so that would have been Kevin Gretel's great-great-grandmother. And there's a note in there to her. We learn that her first name is Carmen, and that, you know, reminding her that family must stick together to remain without doom and all that. And she uses that confidence, the fact that she realizes her family's not actually doomed, to help Hamster and Gretel defeat Dustmite. So that's a really good actually message that this episode is sending, that yes, you could believe there could be a curse in that, but as long as your family sticks together, everything is going to be pretty much alright. But I have to say this, I still can't believe they didn't figure out who Dustmite was until the very end when they took the mask off. Seems like a very Scooby-Doo moment there, but there was no Velma who figured it out, at the beginning of the episode. But overall, these two episodes are both really good, though I do think I like Last Thread Standing a bit better because of the meta commentary on the nature of naming characters and how you rarely, if ever, get two fictional characters with the same name. You know, the closest that is Hamster, and Hamster has the same name, and Gretel has the same name, but they're the same people anyhow, so it doesn't matter. But that's all I got for you today. I would love to hear your thoughts on these two episodes in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest videos. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the force be with you, always.